Hi everyone, Linda Wisdow here, back with more chair yoga for COVID-19. Today we'll be talking about releasing muscle tension, specifically back and neck tension during times of stress. As always, it's very important to remember that yoga is not a competitive sport and to opt out of any postures or movements that are causing you any pain or discomfort. The word yoga means to yoke or to join, and what we're endeavoring to join primarily is the mind and body. For those of us who are spiritually oriented, the mind, body, and spirit. And for that reason, we want to make sure we listen to the body, not ignore the signals that are coming to us from our body, but to listen to the body and make sure we're keeping ourselves safe and out of harm's way regarding injuries and whatnot. Also, if you're experiencing any symptoms that are concerning for you, whether related to COVID-19 or to any other illness or injury, please speak to your doctor. Yoga is not a substitute for medical attention, and you want to make sure you keep yourself healthy at all times. I think that's it for housekeeping. COVID-19, any situation that is causing us stress, especially when we have a situation that is causing us stress about our health, it can create a sense of fear. And fear, of course, will lead us to upper chest breathing, like we talked about in our last video. And it will also cause a lot of muscle tension, specifically in the lower back and in the neck, could be in the shoulders. Different people have different spots where they might be tensing when they're feeling feelings of fear. The movements and exercises in this video will help us to relieve some of that stress, to release feelings of fear, and release some of the muscle tension. All right? So again, I always do some standing postures in my chair yoga classes for anyone who is not able to stand. You can go along with these movements and postures using just the arms. If you want to discuss a more complete seated sequence or session, please get in touch with me and we can talk about that. All right? So let's stand up. And first we're going to do some Qigong tapping to just awaken the Qi, awaken the energy. Qi, prana, all are mean energy. And we know that we're all just a bundle of energy, electrons, protons, and neutrons, just like everything around us. So we're just going to be working with the energy a little bit. So we're just going to start by tapping the head front to back, waking up the energy in the skull, in the head, in the tissues there. Hopefully waking up the brain that's being protected by all of that. We want to make sure we're tapping on the back of the neck, the upper shoulders, coming down, and then we're going to take a cupped hand. We'll just be tapping along the top of the arm, getting to the hands, tapping underneath, waking up the tissues. Armpits, very important for lymph tissue, to be waking up the lymph, waking up that immune system around the breasts, around the chest, center. Now let's go down with the other arm. And underneath again. Make sure you're hitting the armpits and all around the chest tissue. Lots of lymph nodes, lots of immune. Let's tap on the thymus and get a little sound going. Ah. That helps to break up any energy blockages. We're going to be cupping a little bit on the solar plexus, down into the pelvis, down the legs. Make sure if you can that you tap on the top of the feet, coming up the insides of the legs. Let's get around to the buttocks and the back, the kidneys. We're making a light fist, just tapping away, buttocks. All right, and now we're just going to get rid of all of that excess stuff that we don't need, wiping it off. We'll gather it up and we're going to toss it outside. That's not anything negative. That's like taking manure and putting it on the garden. We're just throwing any of that stuff we don't need outside to be transformed into positive healing energy. All right. And there we are. Notice if you're feeling any different, if you feel like you've shed a little bit of stress and tension. Coming into standing mountain posture. Feeling the feet anchored against Mother Earth. Shoulders are down and away from the ears, crown of the head lifted. Nice big inhale and exhale. Now the exhale, just see if you can sense yourself just releasing any tension through the soles of the feet back into Mother Earth. Now we're going to come into our chi gathering, the same thing that we did last week. Taking the arms, we're inhaling, coming up, gathering that chi around us. And just drawing that in through the center of the body, through the midline. Inhaling, gather. Exhale, drawing into the body. Let's go 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Now let's bring the hands to the lower dantian, the sacral chakra. And just be there for a moment, taking those full breaths we talked about in last week's video. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's have one more breath. And bringing the hands back to standing mountain posture. What I'd like to do now is a Qigong healing sound. We'll be doing kidney healing, and that's for releasing any feelings of toxic fear and bringing in a sense of wisdom and truth, trust, and faith. And we all know that fear is a good emotion to have. That tree is falling, I'm afraid, I better get out of the way, I better run. But we don't want to accumulate a lot of fear, becoming toxic to our system, toxic to our minds, to our bodies. It has a negative effect on our blood vessels, and of course it causes muscle tension. And with COVID-19, we may be carrying a lot of excess fear, of course, fear about our health, about the health of our loved ones, fear about what's going on with our jobs, with money, with trying to get supplies at the grocery store. There could be a lot of fear going on. So we want to do something like this to help us release some of that excess fear. So what we're going to do is inhale, take the hands up and back to the kidneys, just placing the hands on the kidneys. You can be this way, or if that's not comfortable for your arms, simply just turn the hands around. And we're going to inhale into the kidneys, visualize or imagine the kidney color, which is a dark blue to black. You just want to picture like a dark bluish mist around the kidneys. And we're going to smile at our kidneys, sending our kidneys happy energy, happy fear-free energy. Inhaling and exhale with the sound and movement. The sound is chu-a. So we're inhaling, hands come to the kidneys, happy, smiling kidneys. Let's go with 3 more. Inhaling. And exhale. And 2 more. Inhale. And last one. Let's release out of that movement. Standing mountain, take a big inhale. And exhale. All right, now coming into seated open attention, where we're just going to take a few minutes to check in with the mind and body, see what we're feeling today. If we're feeling like movement, we might be feeling more like staying still. It's all good, no need to judge, just notice what you're feeling. Taking nice full inhales and exhales. Allowing the body full benefit the breath. Now coming into some warm-ups on the exhale, just simply let the chin drop to the chest, feeling the stretch in the back of the neck, the back of the head and the shoulders. Inhale, we're going to lift the forehead toward the ceiling, just about 45 degrees. Exhale, lower chin to chest. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower, being very aware of where your edge is, how far you're feeling comfortable in the movement, and not going anywhere beyond that. Keeping the body safe. Inhaling. Exhale. Let's go one more round. And exhale. Bringing the head center, chin is parallel to the floor. We'll inhale, center, and exhale, just turning the head to one side or the other. Notice the stretch on the other side and not going too far. Inhale, center. Exhale, bringing the head the other way. Inhale, center. Let's go again, once more to each side. And center. And this time we'll be dropping the ear to the shoulder on the inhale. And exhale, just gently dropping the head, not twisting it further toward the shoulder, but just allowing it to drop. Inhale, center, and exhale, dropping the other way. Inhale, center, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. And coming center. Now we're going to let the head roll from side to side. I don't want to bring the head back. A lot of times we tend to go too far back when we're doing movements like that. So we're simply going to roll the head, ear to the shoulder, and come forward and other side. Rolling forward, feeling a bit of a release in the upper back and in the shoulders. Forward and side. Just moving with the rhythm of your own breath. Let's go once more to each side. And bringing the head center. And like we talked about in the last video, I think that was 2 weeks ago, always just remember to breathe. It doesn't matter if you're breathing when I'm saying inhale or exhale. If you're exhaling when I'm saying inhale, just make sure you're breathing. It's very important to connect with the breath. That helps us to release more stress and to stay in tune with the body as we're moving through the postures. All right? Now let's take the hands to the heart center. Have a nice inhale and exhale, connecting with the heart, connecting to our heart energy. And then let's take the hands, interlace the fingers, and inhale, pushing the palms out to the far wall, out to your computer. And then exhale, drawing back in. Inhale, stretching out, feeling that release in the muscles in the arms and back. If it's not comfortable for you to straighten the arms, there's no need. You can just go this far. If the fingers need to be like this because you're having some issues with arthritis in the hands, Just go to wherever you're comfortable, not to be in pain. You just want to feel a gentle stretch. Again, if you need to be like this, feel free. At this time, we're going to inhale, come all the way up, reaching and stretching, release, and into Namaste. And again, interlacing, stretching all the way up, releasing into Namaste. Let's go 2 more times. Reaching and stretching up overhead. Release down into Namaste. And last one. Release into Namaste. Now this time we're going to come into a half forward fold. We're going to come up. Let's take the hands down, bringing the hands to the knees. And then we're hinging at the hips. We don't want to be rounding the back here. We're just going to be coming with a nice straight back, leaning forward, using the hands for support. There's no need for your back to take all of that on. And if this is comfortable for you to stay here, you can stay here. You can bring the elbows to the knees like this. Whatever works for you. See if you're comfortable releasing the head and neck. If that doesn't work for you, just keep the face forward. If your hands are on your knees and you want to come down to here, that's fine. Keeping the hands on the knees to support the back. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Using the hands on the knees to push up. If your elbows were on your knees, get your hands in there to push up to support the lower back. Big inhale and exhale. See how that feels now? Getting some blood to the face, some blood to the brain. See what that's feeling like. All right, now we're going to come into cat-cow posture. And how we do that when we're seated, we're going to bring the hands up into the crease at the upper thigh. We're going to open the chest. Generally here, we're inhaling. And then exhaling, we're going to slide the hands to the knees, round the back, and bring the chin into the chest. As always, only going as far as your body is comfortable. Inhaling, hands slide up the thighs, opening the chest, shoulders are back. Exhale, rounding chin to chest. Inhaling, sliding those hands up. And exhale. Following the rhythm of your own breath. Let's just go for 2 more cycles. That's 1. And 2. Now let's go differently with the cat-cow. Let's open our hands into cactus as we come forward and exhale, rounding and crossing the arms. Inhale, cactus, opening up the front of the body, and exhale, cross. Again, let's go 2 more. Last one. Bringing the hands to the knees, straightening the back, head is center. Big inhale and exhale. All right, now I'd like to do a little something to help us release some of the muscle tension in the face. We don't pay a lot of attention to the tension we might be holding in our faces, but I think we do. I know I have a lot of jaw issues. If you're grinding your teeth when you're sleeping, you're finding you're setting your jaw, this is something good to do for that. We're going to do lion pose, lion face, and lemon face. This is also good to release a little emotional attention sometimes because it is a little bit silly. We do feel a little bit silly when we're doing this posture. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're opening the mouth, sticking out the tongue, and spreading the fingers. Something like this. All right, so let's try lion once, and then we'll alternate it with the lemon face. Let's inhale, and all right, excellent. So then for lemon face, we're just eating a lemon. We're just eating a lemon. We're like, oh my goodness, it's super sour, and that helps us to draw the muscles the other way from lion. All right, so let's do a vinyasa, where we're just working with the breath, going back and forth between the two movements. And again, just be sure you're inhaling and exhaling wherever it's comfortable for you, as long as it's working. Okay, lion. And lemon. Lion. And lemon. Lion. Lemon. Let's just go 2 more. Let's really hear it now. And let's shake that out. Big inhale and exhale. And just like we talked about in my last video, how I've never seen my fish do fish pose. I have never seen a lion do that face. Please email me if you've seen that. So I don't know where the names come from. All right, next we're going to do knee to chest movements. This can really help a lot with the back. It can also help us to stretch out some of the muscles in the legs. All right, so let's inhale the arms up, reaching. Let's exhale down into namaste and lift one of the knees. Either knee, because we're going to do both. Then we're going to inhale, stretch that leg out, arms are up. And back in. Inhale, stretching. And last one, stretching. And then let's interlace those fingers again. Draw the knee into the chest wherever you're comfortable. If this is here, if this is here, if the foot needs to stay here, just bring the hands to the knee. Whatever works for you. Those of us who are here, we're going to alternate from having the knee close to the chest, and then we're going to open, stretching the arms out. Drawing the knee in and stretching out. Drawing the knee in and out. Let's go one more time. And out. Let's hold here for a moment. Inhale and exhale. And very gently, let's release that foot to the floor. Scooch out anything you need to. I always tell my students, scooch it out. If there's a moment that you just feel you need to release something, take a few moments for that. Now we're going to do the same movement on the other side. Inhaling up, reaching. Exhale, coming into namaste. Knees up. Then we're going to inhale, stretch it out, and back in. Inhale, stretch it out, and back in. Last time, stretching it out, and now let's clasp that knee, drawing it into the chest. Again, wherever it's comfortable for you, don't go past your edge. And then we'll stretch out the arms and draw the knee in. Stretching out and in. Let's go 2 more times. Last one. Then very gently, we'll just release to the ground. Big inhale and exhale. All right. Just check in with yourself periodically through the session. See what's feeling right for you, what's not feeling right, where you might need to adjust where you're sitting in the chair. All right, now we're going to be working more with the lower back, with the fascia at the lower back to see if we can manage to release any tension there. A lot of times if you're having lower back pain and it isn't related to any kind of herniated disc or pulled muscle or whatnot, it could be just aging and that fascia at the lower back is getting harder and less stretchable. So these exercises help to relieve some of that, help to provide more flexibility to that fascia. We're going to open the legs. The knees are out to the side, only as far as you're comfortable. You need to be here. You need to be here. Again, pay attention to what's going on in the body. We're going to inhale center. We're going to take one shoulder, leaning over toward the other knee. We're not touching the shoulder to the knee, just leaning in that direction. And going the other way. And let's come back. And we always want to find the balance between effort and ease. We want to be putting some effort into the postures, but also with a sense of ease, that we're not straining at all. And other way. Let's go once more on each side. And center. Now continue with that movement. We're going to take one hand, reaching out with the hand over that opposite knee. Bend the elbow, the arm stays parallel to the floor. And reaching back, follow with the gaze. And then swimming that arm forward, up and round. Bending the elbow across the body. Reaching. And drawing across the body. Let's go 2 more. Reach. And drawing across the body. Last one. Bend elbow. And then let's hold here for a breath. Very gently drop the hand coming around to the knee. And then we'll do that same movement using the other arm, stretching out over that other knee. Bending the elbow. Coming back, following with the gaze. Reaching overhead, swimming arm. And back. Reaching. And back. Let's go 2 more times, reaching with that swimming arm. And back. Last one. And back. Let's hold in the twist for a breath. Dropping that down, coming to the knees. Let's take the legs gently and bring them back in. Again, scooch out what you need to scooch out. Let's do some shoulder shrugs. Pick up the toes, pick up the heels, just stretching out the body. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn in our chair. We're going to have one buttock on the chair. The other leg, we have the knee toward the floor. The back foot can be with the toe on the floor to give you some support back there. All right? And if this isn't comfortable to have the knee going straight down, be here, whatever works for the body. If it's not comfortable at all doing here, just stay like that. You can still do the movements. All righty? Okay, we're going to take the fingertips to the shoulder, and we're going to inhale, elbow, taking a side bend toward that hip. And then the elbow comes up, side bend toward the back of the chair. And again, breathe where it feels comfortable for you. Some folks like to inhale here and exhale the other way. Some folks like it the other way. Just make sure you're taking nice full breaths. Elbow comes to the hip. I'm going to inhale here. Elbow comes up. Elbow to the hip, holding on to that back of the chair for support. This hand is here. Let's go one more. Now we're going to release the fingertips. Bring that hand around to the front. If it works for you, you can put the top of the foot down onto the floor. If not, just keep the toe there. Bringing the top of the foot onto the floor gives you a little bit of stretch in the ankle. Holding onto the back of the chair. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's drop the hand, bring it back. Get a little bit of stretch in the upper arm. Come back to the front. And let's release out of that posture, bringing that leg forward. And we're going to turn in the chair, going the other side. All right, remember flexibility is different on both sides, so maybe your foot is comfortable here. Maybe the foot needs to be here, the leg needs to be here. Listening to the mind and body. Again, fingertips coming to the shoulder, holding onto the chair. You want all that support. And the first thing we're doing is dropping that elbow to the hip. And then we're reaching up, stretching that side of the body. A wonderful stretch. And again, elbow to the hip. And then reaching up. Elbow to the hip. And up. Let's go 2 more times. Elbow to the hip. And up. Last one. And up. Now we're going to release the fingers. Again, if you feel comfortable, top of the foot on the floor. If not, keep the foot where you're feeling comfortable. Arm is forward, big inhale and exhale. Bringing the hand back for a moment, stretching out that upper arm. And forward again. And release. Bringing the legs together, coming forward in the chair, scooching out whatever needs to be scooched out. A lot of times I find this does a lot of releasing, shoulders, back, neck, and buttocks. Just a little back and forth. All right. And now we're going to come into a forward fold. And for that, we're going to do open leg forward fold. And again, be mindful of where you're comfortable going. The elbows can come to the knees. Keep the hands on the knees. Stay here. This is a forward fold. Coming down here is a forward fold. Being mindful of the body. Be mindful of where you are in your chair. If you have if you're at home, you have something like this or another chair you want to put in front of you to hold on to your forward fold, that works as well. I don't want to be pulling that over. But you can have something like this where you come into your forward fold, holding on to something in front of you and coming down like that. All right, so there are a lot of modifications. Again, if you need any information, feel free to email me. Okay, so we're going to do open leg forward fold. Knees are open to where you're comfortable. Could be here, could be here. Whatever's working for you. We're going to inhale. Arms come up overhead, reaching. Exhale down. Hands come into namaste. Hold here for a breath. Let's take one more. And let's bring the hands to the knees. And to come forward, we're going to be, again, hinging at the hips. We're not rounding here. We're hinging at the hips, coming forward with a nice straight back. And if this is as far as you're comfortable, stay there. Elbows can come to the knees. See if you're comfortable releasing the head down, releasing the neck. If that doesn't work for you, feel free to stay right here. Again, the hands can be on the knees, or if you're feeling so enthusiastic, you can slide the hands down the shins, to the feet, to the floor. And if it's comfortable, releasing the head and the neck. Make sure you're breathing. That's why we have the open legs, to leave room for the abdomen to expand on the inhale and the exhale. If you get down here and find that's not working for you, bring the elbows back up. You want to make sure that lower back is supported. And when you're ready, hands come to the knees, push up so we don't create any injury in the lower back. Let's round here, coming back into a cat-cow for release and center. Big inhale and exhale. All right. Now we're going to come to the standing posture part of the session. Again, if you're not able to stand, feel free to go through the movements using only the arms. You can feel free to contact me for a complete seated session. All right. So let's stand up. We're going to, I do in every class, we're going to do our Mother Earth scoops to reap the bounty of Mother Earth. We're going to push mountains and then come into breath of joy. All right, so let's just stand up. I'll put my chair over here for a moment. You want to make sure the chair isn't there so that you'll be hitting yourself against it. I tend to do that a lot. So we're standing. Let's inhale, bring the arms up, bending the knees. We're reaching down, gathering the bounty of Mother Earth, showering the mind and body and reaching toward the heavens. Oh, that feels good. Inhale, gathering and showering and reaching. Let's go 2 more times. Gathering and reaching. And 1 more. And reaching. Excellent. All right, today we're going to be moving mountains. I'm sure a lot of us feel like we need to move some mountains. There's a lot of mountains in our way lately. Yes, COVID-19 mountains, health issues. Am I coughing? Oh no, can I get to the store? Where's my face mask? Where's my face mask? All right, so let's see if we can energetically at least move some of those mountains, and hopefully in time we will be able to move them. We're going to inhale, light fists to the sides, and exhale. Inhale, drawing in that energy, that prana, that chi, and using it to move those mountains. Let's go 2 more. Last one. You can also do this movement with a very fast moving of the mountains, if that works better for you. We'll do 1 more. All right. Now we're going to come into breath of joy again. Let's see, I'm going to hit myself. Make sure there's nothing behind you where you're going to hit yourself. And only go as far down as you're comfortable. If your breath of joy brings you here, that's fine. Don't feel like you have to go all the way down. Pay attention to the body. We're going to inhale front, side, up, and release. And front, side, up. Feel free to make the noise. Front, side, up. Let's go 2 more. Front, side, up, and release. And last one, front, side, up, release, and hold. And very slowly coming up, use the legs, walking the hands up the legs. Knees are bent. Coming all the way up, shoulders, head is the last thing. And back to standing mountain posture. Inhale and exhale. So one more breath. The knees aren't locked. They're straight but not blocked. Feeling anchored. You can bring the arms out to the side where you'll look like a mountain. Widen your base. Inhale and exhale. All right. Using our chair again, the first thing we're going to do is knee to nose posture. You can do that using the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. It depends on how flexible you're feeling today. All right? And what we're doing, we're not touching our knee to our nose. That just gives us a sense of the direction we're going in. And I'm going to go this way. And what we're going to do simply is we're going to exhale, knee comes toward the nose, and on the inhale, pushing that leg back. Toe can stay on the floor if that works better for you. So we're rounding the back, chin to chest, something to the knee, nose, forehead, and then back. Moving slowly gives you a chance to be aware of how far you should be moving in the postures. Nice and smoothly. And nice and gentle with the body. We have enough stress. We don't want to cause more stress in the body. And then you can rest here, keep the toe on the floor, or lift the foot up, whatever works for you. Just take a moment for an inhale and an exhale. And release. Let's bend that other knee. And we'll come into a gentle down dog, releasing out the buttocks. And now we'll take knee to nose on the other side. Again, exhaling. Knee comes toward the nose. Inhale, pushing back. Feel that strength in the buttocks. Knee to nose. And following the rhythm of your own breath. And let's go 2 more. And last one. And hold there for a moment. Toe can be on the floor, off the floor, whatever works for you. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, bringing that foot here, pushing the buttocks back into a supported down dog. And up and release. All right, now what I'd like to do is a moon salutation sequence. We hear a lot about sun salutations in yoga. We're going to do a moon salutation. I think that's very useful at a time like this because it helps us to be aware of the phases of the moon. We know that the moon comes to us full moon, new moon, gibbous moon, crescent moon. And it translates into our lives where we become aware of the phases of our lives. And we can see that our relationships, our careers, the challenges we face all go through phases. Nothing lasts forever. So hopefully we can get a sense of how this whole COVID crisis is a phase. And it's something that will come to pass in our lives. We don't know how long it will take, but it's a phase in our lives as individuals and as a culture that will pass, just like the phases of the moon. So let's try to keep that in mind, as difficult as it is. It's very difficult for me. So let's just go with a few moon salutations to help us to create that awareness. Moon salutations. We're going to inhale the arms up. We're clasping the fingers, stretching up. Then we're going to take a little side bend, not too much so you fall over, lose your balance. And little side bend. And then let's exhale into goddess posture. Knees are open. We'll inhale here. We're going to exhale, opposite hand to opposite knee. The other hand comes to the small of the back. Inhale, center. Exhale, other hand to opposite knee. And inhale, center. Now we're going to exhale, wrap the arms around us in a little twist to the side. And center. Let's wrap the other way. And center. Let's exhale here. And then inhale, pop up. And into Namaste. Okay, let's do that one more time. Inhale, coming up. Clasping the fingers and pushing toward the ceiling. Then we take our little side bend and up. Our little side bend and up. Coming into goddess posture. We inhale here. Exhale. Hand to opposite knee, other hand behind the back. Inhale. Hand to other knee, other hand behind the back. Inhale. Wrapping the hands, wrapping the arms. And center. Wrapping. And center. Exhale here. Hopping up. And into Namaste. Let's take a breath. And release. Let's do rattling the bones, releasing some of the excess energy, excess tension. All right, before we come into Shavasana, I would like to do a heart-kidney sequence, that's Qigong. And what this helps us to do, we know for the kidneys that we're releasing toxic fear and bringing in a sense of wisdom and truth, trust, and faith. And how many times in our lives do we need to have that same thing for our hearts? Our hearts may be overwhelmed with too much fear, toxic fear, and we need to bring in a sense of wisdom and truth and trust and faith. So these movements will help us to create that connection between the kidneys and the heart so that we're releasing any fear that we're holding in our hearts and bringing in that sense of trust and faith. All right? So for this, we're going to inhale, and again, breathe wherever you're breathing. I just tend to throw out those cues. We're inhaling, arms are coming forward, pinky to pinky on the hands for the heart meridian, and we're exhaling down. Inhale, open. Exhale, the hands come back and through the heart center and open. Hands come down through the midline of the body. Open out. Hands come down, backs of the hands together, drawing up, creating the heart, and release. And let's go again. Pinky to pinky. Exhale down. Inhale, opening. Hands come back through the heart center. Hands are up, down again through the center of the body. Backs of the hands to the heart. Open. Last time, pinky to pinky. And down. Opening. Hands are back and through the heart center. Down through the midline of the body. Backs of the hands. There's your heart. And release. Big inhale. And exhale. Let's come into seated shavasana, final relaxation. Yes, what we've all been waiting for. You can rest your back against the back of the chair. Find a comfortable place for your hands on your knees, on the chair. You might want to come into a mudra, palm, back of the hand in the palm of the other, thumbs are touching. Whatever works for you, big inhale and exhale. You can close your eyes or lower the gaze toward the floor, drawing the attention inward. Drawing your attention into the relaxation of the mind and body. On each exhale, releasing tension and stress. And each inhale, bringing in a sense of healing, relaxation, clarity. Inhaling and exhaling. Now begin to visualize or imagine a golden healing light flowing in through the top of your head, through your crown chakra, running down your face, all the muscles in your face, your eyes, your lips, your nose, flowing down through your neck into your shoulders and your arms. Flowing down your back, your abdomen, down into your pelvis, your buttocks, down through your legs, down past your knees and shins and calves and out the bottoms of your feet. And just visualize or imagine that golden healing light circling through your mind and body that way. Picture it coming in through the crown of your head, flowing through your body and out the soles of your feet. Circling and cycling like the pulse of Mother Earth. And just allow that golden light, that golden energy, that warmth to come into your mind and body to bring about a sense of healing, a sense of transformation and peace. Beginning to bring your attention back into the room, back to all the plans that you have for the rest of the day, for the evening, whatever time it is for you. Deepen the inhale and the exhale, allowing the inhale to bring about a sense of wakefulness. Wiggle the fingers and the toes a bit. Might want to tilt the head from side to side, allowing the head to wake up, the mind to wake up. And if it is nighttime, just keep that sense of relaxation and peace as you go into bed and off to sleep. Take a look around you, look out the windows at the daylight or moonlight that you have. Just becoming aware of your surroundings and whatever lies ahead for you. Big inhale and exhale, bringing the hands into Namaste. Wishing each and every one of us an abundance of good health, safety, sanity, and peace as we go forward with our lives. Always aware that we hold within us all of the wisdom, the strength, and the courage to come through all of our life transitions and crises with a sense of wholeness and a sense of renewed passion and compassion for ourselves, for each other, and the world around us. Namaste. Stay healthy, stay safe, wash your hands. Looking forward to seeing you with that face mask on. All right, have a good one. See you next time.